What is going on, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the crossover presented by Prime Sports World. And TJ, I haven't done one of these in a long time. It's been a couple months, but when the hell did they change my 30-second theme music to that? I don't even know what that was. That's like some Pokemon stuff. Anyways.
David complains about it too, but it is what it is. We here.
It is what it is. Anyways, man, look, please like, share, subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World, and catch us on all streaming platforms where podcasts can be heard around the world. Catch us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and catch us on the Huddle Sports Network. But TJ, what's going on, man? We haven't done a crossover episode in a long time, and we'll get straight to it, because games are underway already. We got the Bucks and the Pacers. Pretty close game. We'll start with that one. Just overall, your thoughts on the playoffs as a whole before we kind of get into the rest of these series, see if shit is going to get wrapped up tonight.
Obviously, like, you know what they say, especially in any playoff series, never overreact to the home team going up 2-0. Because that's literally what that's what you're supposed to do when you're the home team.
Right.
You're supposed to win your first two games at home. You're supposed to set that tone. You're supposed to show the underdog why they're the underdog, right? So, perfect example, Knicks Pistons game 1. The Pistons are handling business. Next thing you know, that fourth quarter hit, and the Knicks go on a 20-1 run and blow the game open and win by like 16 or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2, same thing. The Knicks are the Knicks are down. So like basically like the first two games, the Knicks were down for 6 out of the for 6 quarters. Like the first 3 quarters, the Pistons were the better team. Then that fourth quarter rolled around, that switch got flipped.
You can make an argument the Pistons could be up 3-1 very well in this series.
Easily.
But just like I want to get into the Pistons. I mean, I know we're gonna talk about them, but like, and I know you like, yo, pump the brakes, because I was like, yo, the Pistons are gonna be in the Eastern Conference Finals in 2 years. Yeah, you're right, TJ. I gotta pump the brakes. Can they be good for 2 years? Damn.
I'm not saying they're not gonna be good. I'm just saying. I'm like, damn.
That's what you told me. You was like, damn, can they be good for at least 2 years in a row? Shit. No, but I get it, bro. This is where like young teams, like we saw it last year a little bit with Orlando, right? Especially when they went against I believe was it Cleveland. You saw their youth kind of show up. It's not as much as the Knicks are a more talented basketball team. It's just the Knicks have been there, done that before. They've won playoff series. They got players like Jalen Brunson, been to the Eastern Conference. They got semis. Eastern Conference semis. They got guys like Towns who just came from a Western Conference Finals. Not Julius Randle, but Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart. Guys that got playoff experience, that been playing with each other, that are veterans. A lot of these guys on the Pistons, this is their first year. Cade Cunningham, it's his first time. Jalen Duren, it's his first time. Yeah, I know you got the vets like Tobias Harris, Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley pulling their shots. But at the end of the day, I mean, they're still the Pistons are still this collective unit hasn't played together a very long time. They've only played together one season, and it's like, you as the Knicks, a lot of those guys play together, especially the 3 Villanova guys. They play together for a long time, and then you add in a plug and play guy like Karl Anthony Towns, and he fits in seamlessly. Who's got the playoff experience, and That's why you see the Knicks up 3-1. I mean, these fourth quarters, they take it to another level where you think the Pistons have taken it to a certain level. The Knicks in the fourth quarter take it to a whole nother level that the Pistons just haven't seen before.
And it also comes back to coaching too. Like Tibbs has shit. Tibbs got what? I mean, like as a combined, right? Like think about
About
all his
almost 30 years experience.
like
More than
like
that.
eight like 18. No, because like before he got that his job in Chicago, 18 as an assistant.
Assistant, yeah.
18 as an assistant, and then he's never been lower than the head coach ever since then. So it's like I'm not saying JB Bickerstaff is not a bad coach, but when it comes like when it comes to experience, Tibbs got him. I'm pretty sure Tibbs got more coaching experience just him alone than Bickerstaff and his top two assistants combined. I don't even know who his top two assistants are in Detroit, but it's like man, like it's like everybody wants to talk about what you call it, the last game and how they lost that one. How was it a foul? Yes, but at the same time, Detroit, you can't let them come back in that game. Like this is
Well,
I understand like Josh Hart did foul him. I can admit that. That game should Tim Hardaway Jr. should have been on the line 4-3.
yeah.
He probably makes all three of them, and you probably win that game. But also at the same time, that game shouldn't have got to that point. You had the game.
When I saw that play unfolding, I could only think of the play that happened earlier in the season. And I don't know if people watch enough basketball. I watch basketball every night. I got the league pass. I watch all this shit. The play that right, the play with Jaden Ivey against the Kings that virtually pretty much led to the Kings kind of dispersing and trading De'Aaron Fox. Mike Brown was like, it was just like it's over with. Like we done, we done. We ain't coming back with this. Jaden Ivey hit that side three, and he almost got fouled. He double pumped it and made it. And I was thinking, damn, Tim Hardaway is about to do it on the other side of the court, but in the playoffs. But he actually legitimately got fouled. And I was watching the Magic Celtics games. I think late in the game, Jason Tatum got fouled on a 3-point shot. And the announcer, I think it was Tim Legler, I think was on. He was like, "Oh man, Tim Hardaway wish he has this ref in the game, because that was clearly a foul." And I was like, "It sucks when it happens, man. It sucks when refs miss those calls, and it's just a part of the game. It's playoff basketball at the end of the day. But those calls right there, that's a blatant foul call. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to lose by. So I guess, man, out of these games tonight, who's going home? Who's going home? And who's gonna keep their season alive?
Who lives to fight another day?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, me personally, I think the Knicks. I think the Knicks close out. I think the Magic close out. I mean, the Celtics close out. I think the Pacers close out because I woke up about 4-ish today, working nights. Hey, takes its toll. So I woke up about 4, ran to the store, got the coffee. I had asked my homeboy to check the score for me. He said 30-13 Bucks. I'm like, God damn.
Oh yeah, they're blowing them. AJ Green was smacking them earlier in the game. AJ
like,
Green, or was it AJ Green? It is AJ Green, the other AJ Green.
I'm like, Jesus Christ. And then I come home and I put the game on, and the Pacers are down 12. Then they're down 10. Then it's a 6-point game going into half, and it's like
85-82 right now. Pacers are up. Fourth quarter,
right?
9 minutes left.
So basically, if you're Rick Carlisle coaching this Pacer team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year,
exactly.
You're telling this albeit young but experienced team, hey, we took their best punch. We
This,
took their best punch.
hey, let me tell you something, TJ. This goes to show you that all that shit that Kyle Kuzma was doing in Washington, like, bro, you can do that on a bad team. But once you go to a big team and there's a pecking order, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got 5 points. You play terribly this
No,
series.
bro, like not the fact that there's a pecking order, the fact that there's expectations.
That
Right?
too. There's the fact that there's expectations.
I,
It's
I don't
like
think Kyle Kuzma has
we
a
got rid of Chris
problem.
Middleton for this.
Right. I don't think Kyle Kuzma has a problem with there being a pecking order. This is a dude who, when he
Won a
was in
championship with
LA,
the Lakers. Yeah.
there was a pecking order, bro. Like it was Bron, AD, and then literally everybody else. Like so, like you
He
know
was like
that,
the fourth option on that team.
right? You have no problem with a pecking order. Like when you get traded out and you go to a team like Washington where it's literally just, hey, bro, just go
Go
out there, right? Go hoop, go out there and hoop for the best. God damn it, we ain't
who?
gonna
We know we
like
gonna lose.
go hoop. We out here hoping for the best. We ain't gonna win a lot, you know. You kind of get lost in the shuffle, and like Jordan Clarkson's a different, like he not Jordan Clarkson. Fuck is his
You talking
name?
about Jordan? You talking about Jordan
Jordan
Poole?
Poole.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, he kind of different because like he was kind of allowed to do what he's doing in Washington and Golden State with restraints. Like when it was just him on the court and the others in Golden State, yeah, you can do that because you're the primary option. But when Steph and Clay on the court and Drake, like bro, you can't do that. You can't
Nah, you
you
can't.
can't do that. So, and with Kyle Kuzma in Milwaukee, like, yeah, he's kind of been, especially now that Dame is back out, he's 100% been the disappointment, like the disappointing factor because, like you said, like, we could have kept, like, looking at it, like, bro, we could have kept Chris Middleton for this shit.
We could have grabbed Chris Middleton, bro. Do we know? Man, look, Chris Middleton. If people have only been watching basketball for this year and they ain't never watched basketball before, Chris Middleton takes it to a whole nother level in the playoffs. A whole nother level in the playoffs. We saw it in the series last year against the Pacers, where he literally overtime shot after overtime shot. I mean, he was literally making all these clutch shots with Giannis
It
out.
was not just not with Giannis out, just like Giannis on the court in general. Like
In general, too.
he was the one when they said we need a bucket. Hey, get the ball to Chris in the mid, let him
He's
go to
always
work.
been like that. And he was always
And,
been like that too. Always been like
and
that.
that kind of shows the lack in Giannis's game and where he still needs to grow. And me personally, why
You gonna
I'm
be
still
saying that
kind of
forever, bro.
and that's the disappointing thing. So it's like he's won 2 MVPs, he's won the DPOY, he's won a ring. So the critique is minimal, but you can still get critique, bro. Like you and you're getting older. You can't just bulldoze your way to the hole for your entire career, bro. Like hell, even LeBron said, "Hey, bro, let me get a fadeaway jumper. Let me do something because I can't
He's
keep
yet to
doing
get that.
this."
He's yet to get a jump
And
shot. He's yet to get a set
he's yet to get a jump shot. He's a consistent jump shot. He's yet to get a he's yet to I don't even think he shoots 75% from the line. Like bro, and he has no post game. Like
no post game.
used like when the Bucks are struggling offensively, like when Milwaukee, like when, this game is perfect. When the Pacers are making that run, right? You can't draw up a play for Giannis to get the ball in the like he posts his man up and like Shaq used to do back in the hand, throw it to the hand, give me the ball. Post up, 2-3 dribbles over the shoulder, over the right shoulder, over the left shoulder. He can't do that. And that's fucking sad that he's 16 with no post game.
That's literally who he is, though. He's the modern day Shaq. He's the modern day Shaq, and we're seeing right now what Shaq would probably be like in the NBA today. I think it'd be a little bit more down because he's a little bit more of a post guy. I mean, Orlando Shaq would be a terror.
I saw some.
He needs shooters around him though, but like in Milwaukee, that's why right now they rolling out Gary Trent Jr., Kevin Porter Jr., AJ Green, Bobby Portis, all guys that can shoot the three.
Guys that can shoot.
And guys that can stress the floor.
And and it's like that's what's disappointing about them. So like you lose this game, series is over, season over,
Doc
and
to be fired
right, they're talking
or
about
just let go.
like they're talking about Doc getting fired. They talking about Giannis may want out in a year or two. You said in the group chat, Dame's career is effectively over. I'm all like, bro, like medical science.
Wait.
Like,
Okay. I was a little
I
bit
mean,
overzealous on that assessment. No, but you're right, though. I did say that. I did say that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm
it's like
sorry.
it's a bit of an exaggeration, but the thing is, you're not the only one saying it. Like
I
it's
know I'm
people.
not the only one. You know what's crazy, TJ? It's just like, okay, how many guys? It's like there's a rarity. Like Kobe's a rarity, right? He had that Achilles injury
And, Kobe's
after
happened,
30.
and Kobe's happened like late, like super late in his career,
Right.
right? Like we like
I can't think of anybody else that age that came back from that type of injury. Like,
like
because
bro, like
Dame's what, 31, 32? 31,
yeah,
32's Dame?
something like that. So
Something like that.
Like
So,
Kobe had his, like you could tell Kobe was definitely closer to the end than he was the middle. Kobe at this point is just playing for the love of the game, and he's playing because he wants to play. This is also after he had another season-ending injury, so he comes back and then he tears his Achilles, and this is like, damn, he's like, I just went through this, and so if you're Milwaukee, you lose this game again. You're talking about Doc getting fired. You're talking about Giannis one out. You're talking about what's going to happen with Dame because your future prospects aren't bright. You have no future. You have no draft capital because it's
nope.
gone.
Nope.
So if Giannis, unless you, because you would have to trade Giannis to get to get the what you call it, the capital you need to rebuild, and on top of that, you're gonna want players because you're not just gonna go into this thing with just picks and throwing it at the dartboard hoping for the best, right? Like that's we'll get to this. That's why with the Rockets, that's why Kevin Durant is such a real possibility for to get sent to Houston because Phoenix is like, hey, you got players and picks, and we need both. So if you're the Bucks and you lose this, man, like, hey, it's gonna be a long summer. It's gonna be a very long summer for the Bucks.
They're gonna have to do something, man. I say if I'm the Bucks, they lose this series. I think here's a realistic, and then we'll get to Clippers Nuggets because I know that's the last game on the slate today. I think if you're legitimately the Bucks, you lose, you have to blow this shit up. I mean, you have to try to get rid of Giannis to get dragged because in a couple years he ain't gonna re-sign with y'all. He's done. He's gonna pull a Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
It's still like
I should say Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, aka Lou Alcindor. I should say that. No disrespect.
I still don't because I still don't like the Buden, like how they did Budenholzer. Like,
how they did Adrian Griffin. Come on, man.
How they did Adrian Griffin. So like, bro, like that's two coaches that effectively has been ran out, and Giannis just gets a pass because of what he's done for that organization, and that shouldn't sit right with anyone because like you fired Adrian Griffin when you were first in the East. It's not like y'all were like, it was still early in the season. They was like, what, 31-13. You're first in the East. You're first in your division. You ain't playing. You ain't struggling. Like, and you fired this man. Why? Because Giannis didn't like him or whatever it was. Like, it's weird. And then you fire Budenholzer, and then you hire Doc Rivers, where it's just like, so like say you fire Doc. Are you seriously keeping Darvin Ham? Is like what difference does it make if you go?
Darvin Ham is his assistant, his top assistant, right?
Yeah.
They just don't have. See, I think with Milwaukee, you have to try and trade Giannis because that's the only way you're gonna get the assets that you're gonna want. You can flip Giannis for like 6 or 7 future draft picks, and you're gonna end up like OKC. You can get draft picks and players, and you're gonna end up like another OKC. OKC had to do it. OKC had to do it. The Celtics had to do it, right? Every team that's won a championship has almost had to do this very same thing. Superstars get older. everything gets stale. The same type of style play. They get locked in these big contracts. You're kind of in cap hell a little bit. You can't do nothing. You can't add nothing to the roster. And then you're still competitive with Giannis, right? You're still competitive with Giannis. So you're not going to get a top draft pick. You don't have many draft picks or not good ones. So how are you going to accumulate talent with Giannis? I know he is the talent, but how are you going to accumulate a great team around Giannis when you don't have no money to accumulate a great team?
Now, on top of that, so like you brought up OKC, you brought up Boston. What also helped Boston and OKC was what?
Houston. I brought up Houston too. Houston's another one.
So like you and Houston's kind of like the only one that hasn't quote unquote come to fruition yet. But when OKC trades away, when OKC trades a Paul George away to the Clippers, you're getting a young SGA who, hey, it's like, hey, at the time it's like, hey, he ain't here yet, but damn it, he coming. And now you look at what and you look at what SGA is now, but he probably finna win his first MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And we like that's going to be announced any goddamn day now. So if you're and Boston on the other hand got lucky, like you fleeced the Nets out of picks, and those picks end up becoming Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown in back-to-back years. So like you can get the draft picks all you want, but you have to hit on the picks. Like having high draft picks ain't shit if you ain't hitting on the picks.
I say like you trade Giannis and you go get you a top flight guard out there to start your team. Like I'm trading Giannis to get, maybe we trade Giannis to Houston to get Jalen Green. Maybe we trade Giannis to the Pistons ain't going to get rid of Cade Cunningham, but I'm just saying, you start with a guard. Once you start with a guard that can control the pace, now we start to filter in everything around it, right? We start to get in everything around it. But I mean, we'll see what the Bucks do. It's and then the Pistons, I think they get closed out tonight too. Like you say, I think the Knicks close them out. The Gardens ruckus. I mean, too much pressure on them young Pistons, but hell of a season. I think they'll bounce back real nice next year. Only if they had Jaden Ivey on this team right now. I think some things will be a little different.
Got hurt, right? Like he
got hurt, broke his ACL, yeah, early in the season.
So and I think that's also the issue with Detroit. Like when you stockpile these young talent, like when you stockpile young talent, like they have in OKC, and eventually like somebody gets left out, right? And I understand Jaden Ivey is injured, but there was a time like a year ago, like Jaden Ivey was out of the rotation completely.
Yeah, that is true. And he played his way. And I think when JB got there, he realized that this can't happen. Like like Monty was the one that did that. Monty Williams was the one that had him out of roti. And we all know how Monty operates, right? Monty's a very tough, very authoritarian. Like he's very like a military kind of. Like I think the dude is just like very tough on young dudes. And if you ain't playing defense for Monty, you gonna sit on your ass on the bench. Well, I think JB's more or less the offensive guy. He's like, man, we got this young dude. He's a stud. We gotta play him and put him in the right position.
I think the thing with Monty is when you get a Chris Paul in your life, a young Chris Paul, you get spoiled.
Spoiled as all hell.
Because Chris Paul, when by the time Monty got to New Orleans and he's coaching Chris, I think was he there? Yeah, right.
Yeah, he was there. He was there for like 3 years. That's when they had Chris Paul, Tyson Chandler. You know what I mean? He was there for about 3 years when they made the playoffs.
So it's like you get a young Chris Paul, you get spoiled because Chris Paul is a coach's dream, bro. Like he's like he going first ballot for a reason, and like now you got these young dudes where it's like. Young dudes gonna ask questions, like they not gonna listen to you, they not gonna do whatever. And so like if you look at Detroit now, like all right, with JB, you got just the guards, right? Jaden Ivey's out right now, so that opens up minutes for somebody. You got Schroeder, who's a vet, you got Beasley, who's a vet, you got Cade, you got who am I missing? You got THJ, who's a guard, and then you got so like who's the odd man out? I ain't seen a lot of Marcus Sasser in this playoff series.
He's played well for them this season. We all know the rotations they start to shore up as like playoff matchups.
Right.
Like playoff matches are different, right? So I think we're going against the Knicks team that's got a little bit more veteran presence.
Which I also don't like because like I hate that and I've always been
Yeah,
like that. Like when you I understand the schedule, like the playoff schedule ain't a full 82, so the days in between games allows you to shorten your rotation to what it is. But if you spent the whole 82 going 10 deep or 10, 11 deep, then when the playoffs come, you shorten that to 8 or 9. No, don't fucking do that. Like
I even mentioned another name too, Simone Fontecchio, where they got him from the Italian player. They got him from the Jazz. And he's a nice player. He hasn't really played in this series, like not that much. And I think he's a guy. I think he's a guy that's long, got nice length. He can shoot the three. He's a tough defender. He's athletic.
Because like it's a double layer story because it's like, oh, so and so doesn't have experience. So it's like, okay, well, how do you expect them to get the experience if you don't play them? Right? How are you going to expect them to be ready for this situation if you never put them in that situation? Right? So it's like, so for the Bucks, back to the Bucks, Dame gets hurt, and we're thinking, okay, who's going to get that starting spot? All right, you got Kevin Porter Jr., AJ Green, you get to start. So that's Doc Rivers saying, you know what? Fuck it. You get to start. You need this experience anyway. We finna see how you respond to it. And he comes out, and AJ Green is what? He goes
5 of 9 from 3,
5 of 9 from 3, 5 of 10 from the field.
By the way, y'all, it's 95-95, 3 minutes left in the game.
3 minutes to go in the game.
We about to see if the Bucks get closed out. And then let's just touch on the Magic Celtics. The Magic are missing Jalen Suggs and they're missing Mo Wagner in this series. Totally missing those two guys because those two guys are defensive anchors.
That's another guy I think is out if they lose. Well, like when they lose, I think Jamal Mosley is. They maybe give him one more year.
I thought about that too. I think see where you're going with that.
Like I think maybe they give him one more year because he can say, like, what were they, the 7th seed this year? Like we can't.
The injuries bit him a little bit.
Right. He can say like, hey, there was a stretch where I didn't have Paolo. There was a stretch where I didn't have Franz, and that when you don't have those two dudes,
the Magic. They're not going to get rid of Paolo Banchero, but if I was the Magic, I'm shopping Franz Wagner after the season.
I'm not shopping Franz Wagner.
I'm shopping Franz Wagner because I just think both of them kind of do eerily similar things. They big, and he can give you so. But I'm not tripping out. I think that you get so much value for Franz Wagner that you'll be able to get some top first round pick.
I'm shopping everyone not named Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. I'm
just saying, like I know he's the Robin to Paolo's Batman, but at the end of the day, dude, I'm all about the OKC Boston Celtics, mid 2000s approach where it's like I'm gonna trade away one of my star guys to accumulate draft picks, and I'm gonna see if I can hit me a top draft pick, in the lottery or something like that in the next year or two. You know what I mean? Like maybe we suck next year. Maybe we keep Jamal Mosley until next year. But if you're gonna keep this squad, if you're gonna keep this squad, TJ, I think that Jamal Mosley, you're gonna have to go a direction. I think you either trade Franz Wagner after this season, get some value, and then we're gonna get rid of Jamal Mosley and we're gonna bring in that coach. Or we're gonna keep Jamal Mosley and we're gonna kind of ride this thing out. And then I think next, I think if you're gonna keep Franz Wagner, we definitely got to go get us a better like a head coach that's gonna push us to the next level. You know what I mean?
Mike Malone. No, but
Mike Malone. I think Mike Malone will be good in the Memphis too. But we can talk about Memphis when we talk about the semi. We'll talk about Memphis when we get to the semis and we preview all the eliminated teams and what they need to do. Yeah,
play in and everything. So like it's like no, like I'm not trading anyone. I'm not trading Pop from
97.
Like, hey, anyone, what you call it? AJ Green, that boy hot.
The other AJ Green, the non-melanated AJ Green.
I'm just saying, like, I'm not. If your name ain't Paolo Banchero or Franz Wagner, you ain't safe, bro. Like, I'm trading Isaacs. I got 50,000 guards I can get a haul for. Like, bro, can you imagine KD on this team? Can you imagine KD, Franz, and Paolo?
Bro, why are we rolling out fucking? I'm sorry, cuss y'all, but why are we rolling out fucking 3, 6, 10 guys?
Why
are we rolling out? No, but why are we doing this though? Why are we rolling out 3, 6, 10 guys that almost do the same shit? Like Franz can't really dribble that, but like Franz is like he backs like I don't think Franz is the great like ball handler in my opinion. I mean, KD's an excellent ball handler. Paolo, I don't think is a great ball handler. But Paolo's a great post player, and he's just big as fuck. I mean, he's just big as all hell. But Paolo, bro, dude, Paolo looks big on TV. Like, can you like he looks big on TV? Like, imagine seeing Paolo in person. Like, dude is massive, bro. Like his freaking legs are like tree trunks. He's 6'11", 6'10". You know, like, dude is huge. He's a man child, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The one I always reference is like, so like, can you imagine? So like, look at somebody like Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry is 6'3", right? In NBA terms, Steph Curry's small. Steph Curry is 6'3". If you put Steph Curry in the NFL, he is massive.
Yeah, you put Steph Curry in the NFL, he's like let's put this. T-Mac, Tatario McMillan, who got picked top 10 in the NFL draft, is 6'4" and like a half. Bro, that is the normal NBA point guard.
That's right. That's
normal. And he looks massive on the football field. Mike Evans is 6'5", right? Mike Evans is 6'5". He looks massive next to 5'11", 6-foot cornerbacks. That's for Jamal. That's what's his name? Jamal from the Nuggets. The name's oh my god.
Jamal Murray.
You know, Jamal Murray. I was gonna say Jamal Mosley. Jamal Murray. That's Jamal Murray size. Jamal Murray 6'4", 6'5". You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, let's be real. Anthony Edwards is 6'5". That's what Mike Evans is. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's 6'5". So, dude, NBA players are massive. They're huge. Paulo would be right now. He'd be, you know, a stud left tackle. But the thing is Paulo's so athletic. He could move. He could cut. Man, people just forget. All right, Clippers Nuggets. My bad. Clippers Nuggets. Let's get the Clippers Nuggets. Series is tied 2-2. This is the best series in the playoffs.
This has been the best series.
Game 4 ended in a tragic. I'm sorry. Let me kind of get a Game 4 ended in tragedy for the LA Clippers as Jokic throws up a heave in the fourth quarter to win the game, and Aaron Gordon actually wins the game, giving everybody throwback moments of the NCAA championship where NC State beat Phi Slamma Jamma, and we got Jim Valvano running across the court trying to hug somebody. That's what it kind of gave me right there. But anyways.
It's like yeah, this has been the best series. I mean, like, Detroit and the Knicks have been entertaining, but in terms of like this, this is 3-1. This is an elimination game for the Pistons, and they are throwing everything at the Knicks. Like, they are throwing the kitchen sink. Like, they are not going down without a fight. But this one right here could have easily, like, Clippers could easily be up 3-1, just like the Nuggets could easily be up 3-1. And the story that's not getting talked about enough in here is, and I hope we don't jinx him, Kawhi Leonard is Kawhi Leonard
playing like 2017, 2018 Toronto Raptors.
Toronto Kawhi Leonard. Like, dude was It's like he's taking basketball personal again, and because it's like every I hate when players say I don't pay attention to social media or whatever. Yeah, you do. It's impossible not to, bro. Like Kawhi Leonard doesn't. As far as I know, Kawhi Leonard doesn't have social media. That does not stop me from thinking, bro. You see and hear what people are saying about you. You see and hear it because your teammates got social media. People in your family got social media. It ain't nothing for them to be like, hey man, you hear what someone so said about you? Yeah, look at this. You can say you don't care all you want. Motherfucker, you care. Because you should care.
Mm-hmm.
And this one right here, like I think this is where the Nuggets again firing Mike Malone, firing the winningest head coach you have in your franchise history. Um, some and the GM that built the team, like some about this, like still ain't right. I don't like it. It's so now you got to find a new head coach. You run the risk of alienating some of your guys because Mike Malone is not playing the young dudes who the GM picked, and he's like, "Hey, play this guy," and he's playing Russell Westbrook over those dudes because he knows game in and game out. I know what the fuck I'm getting from Russ, headaches and all. I know what I'm getting, and it's gonna be consistent. And he gonna give me anywhere from 10 to 18 points. He gonna give me anywhere from 5 to 10 rebounds, along with 5 to 10. Like at this stage in his career, even off the bench, game in and game out. Westbrook, I can get a triple double off out of Westbrook off the bench.
Well, Westbrook really made what's his name, Peyton Watson kind of like hit that pine a little bit, right? Because Peyton Watson was the same kind of guy last year what Russell Westbrook is to them this year, except Russell's a Hall of Fame player, and we know what he's gonna do. And Peyton Watson to have those inconsistencies.
And don't get me wrong, like Peyton Watson ain't really hitting he ain't really playing, like he's not really on the bench like that because again, Peyton Watson, he still is but blood still is 6'8". He
is still 6'8".
He's still 6'8". He's still one of your better defenders, so he gonna play. It's more so the younger guards on the team that Buddy wasn't playing. And it's like I don't know what Mike Malone is like. We are a championship caliber.
Julian Strawther and all them guys.
Yeah, Julian Strawther. I think they got another dude. What's his last name? Pickett. He on there.
Oh, Jalen Pickett. But Jalen Pickett, man, Jalen Pickett stayed about 4 years at Iowa State. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like
he's 25 and he a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
It's like them the dudes that Mike Malone caught hell for not playing, and Mike Malone is like, hey, if I put them out there and they're not doing what I'm asking them to do, I'm not playing them. And it's at the end of the day, it's that fucking simple. If you're not doing what I'm asking you to do, you're not playing. You're not seeing the floor, bro. And we going to OT in Indiana, ain't we?
Man, Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, what in the world is y'all doing? How y'all just see? That's what I'm saying. That's that shit I'll be talking about with Milwaukee. Anyways, keep going, bro.
So it's like if you're the Nuggets, I think again, this is one of those series I hate that it's in the first round, but that's kind of been the theme in the West the last 5 or so years. Like you get a first round matchup where it's like, damn, why couldn't this be in the second round? Why couldn't this be in the conference finals? I think the Nuggets win, not the Nuggets. I think the Clippers win this one simply for the simple fact that they just have more. Like Kawhi can hurt you, Harden can hurt you, Norman Powell can go off at an instant. Zubac is a double machine. Now Zubac, you just do what you keep doing, because you ain't gonna stop Jokic. Ain't no stopping Jokic. But can you consistently give me your 18 and 10? Right? Can you give me your 14 and can you give me 14 and 10 and make him work on the other end? That's all I ask. I ain't asking you to.
I ain't in the process.
Right. I ain't asking you to. Right, bro. I'm not asking you to do nothing that you ain't already been doing. I ain't. Hey, go out there and shut down Jokic. That shit ain't happening. It's not happening. Ain't no shutting down Jokic. So I'm going with the Clippers. I think the Clippers win it in.
And it's nice to see.
I
It's
think
nice
they
to
win
see
it 6.
six. It's nice to see Chris Dunn. It's nice to see Chris Dunn carve out a nice little role with the Clippers this year too. You know, he's a former Bull and former top 10 pick in the draft, and he's carving out a nice little role. Last couple teams, he's carved out nice little roles
Well,
with some of
because
his
it's like
teams.
he
So
can because
he's a big guard and he plays
he-
defense.
he's a big guard. He plays defense, and he's a exponentially better shooter now than what he was when he was here or in Minnesota. Like people forget that. Like I understand that. Like like as the years progress, you got to work on shit. And Chris Dunn was definitely one of those dudes where, like, yeah, defense alone ain't gonna keep you in this league. Like you gotta be able to score at some point because we can't be out here playing 5-on-4 on offense. Like you have to
Yeah.
pose some kind of threat offensively for you to stay on the floor.
Because
And
we got Chris Dunn. We got Chris Dunn second year in the league. Because he had his
right,
rookie year only in Minnesota, and then we got him for 3 years. I
and
mean,
he
we're
wasn't
the longest team that he's played for and
and
started
he wa-
for.
and he wasn't shooting, and he
Yeah.
damn sure wasn't shooting like this. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're the Clippers, this is everyone's dark horse. This is a lot of people's dark horse team to win it all. Fuck the West. Winning the West. The Clippers are a team that can literally win it all. Like if Ty Lue wins a championship with the Clippers, bro, you go like you already a Hall of Fame coach. This just cements it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
can you imagine, like, bro, like you were the head coach that ended a drought in Cleveland. Then you become the head coach to become the first to bring the first championship in Clipper history. Like Ty Lue just give him his orange jacket now. If
I
that
think,
happens.
I think I think the Clippers do win this series. I think they win in Denver tonight, and I think they close them out in LA. Just because of the fact Kawhi, when he's healthy, he's still one of the best players in the
He
world.
cold, bro. He is.
When he's
And,
healthy, he's still the best
and
player on the court.
the
Really.
one thing I love about like it's not just him though. It's Kawhi. It's DeRozan. It's to an extent LeBron. It's KD. It's like bro, like it's Jalen Brown and Tatum. Like the way the game is now, it's like, oh, you can't shoot the three, you can't play. No, they finna kill you with a million cuts because they gonna post you up in the midi and they gonna hit that mid fade on you, and ain't shit you can do about it. Now, if I want to step out and shoot this three, I can,
Mm-hmm.
but you finna get death by 1,000 cuts because I'm finna
And
post
and
you up in the midi and go to work.
Kawhi, just like Anthony Edwards is going to play defense on your best
You know,
player
yeah,
on the other side, which is crazy two-way
and they get
skills as for a
to
superstar.
the line, and they get
LeBron used to do that early in his career. Later in his career,
yeah,
he's just like,
LeBron
I'm
said,
too old to be chasing
yeah,
around, mother.
I'm too old to do this shit
I'm
now.
too old to be chasing around your superstar, bro. Y'all gonna have to guard me. All right, so that locks that up. I think Pacers win after they just sent it to overtime. They got the momentum. Pacers win. Knicks knock out the Pistons. I think the Magic are done. They cooked, and I think the
You said the
Clippers.
Magic are done. They cooked.
Yeah, the Magic are done. They cooked. And then I think the Clippers. I think the Clippers get it done tonight, and they win in 6 as well. And then we got our 2 games tomorrow night that can be our elimination games. We got the Warriors and the Rockets, T-Wolves and Lakers. That series in particular, both series in particular, have been very close. I'll start with the Warriors and Rockets. Thoughts on that series? Who you think is going to win that series?
Okay.
Warriors up 3-1. Jimmy Butler last night, 14 points in the fourth quarter. By the way, y'all.
I think the Warriors win in 6. I think Houston wins game 5. Like show save face, all that good shit, and then they go back to Golden State and they lose. But if you're the Warriors, you've been here before. Blood in the water. blood in the water. Do not. You can't. You got to go down there. You got to go down there on some Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan type shit. Hey, I'm only packing one suit. I'm not trying to come back and play another game.
I'm packing one suit.
I'm packing.
We packing one suit. We packing one suit over here, man. Hey, hey, what about Brandon Pajemski? 25 points the other night, and I'm just kind of off topic, man. How the hell Illinois? How the hell did Illinois fumble that back in the day? They let him go to Santa Clara. I ain't even gonna take it down there, but you know,
I'm not even finna say it's a fumble. I'm thinking Pajemski. You know, like Pajemski saw what was coming. Like he saw all them guards there. It's like, hey, I need to get in where I fit in. So
it worked for me in the league, but damn, I could have used that. We could have used that in Big Ten country, man. That kid is so good, bro.
He said, "I'm gonna get in where I fit in, and
for real,
I'm gonna go to UC Santa Barbara for a few years, and I'm gonna kill it down."
I think he went to Santa Clara, but what I was gonna say, he just makes like that whole Jordan Poole situation. Like it's just like he makes it. And then what's crazy about the Warriors, like you got mugs like Jonathan Kuminga, who I think is gonna get shocked. He's gonna get chopped and shocked, and he's gonna be a very good player for somebody else's NBA team. But just it's not gonna be for the Warriors because I think Warriors obviously. I don't know how many years is left on Jimmy's contract. I think he got maybe another year or so, 2 years.
They traded him and they signed him to a 2-year.
So Moses Moody is kind of going to be that backup or whatever coming off that bench. You know, Buddy Hield is. So there's no room for Kuminga right now, unless Draymond Green retires after the season. There's no room, which is probably not going to happen. There's no room for Jonathan Kuminga, so he's getting shot for some assets. And honestly, I think that's the player that will get them assets because he's got so much potential. He just kind of fell out of roti a little bit, but I agree with you. I think Rockets do win a game. I think you got guys like Fred VanVleet and Dylan Brooks. They too prideful, but this Rockets team is another young team.
You brought up Pies, Illinois town, like bro, like just like I looked up that roster, like bro. Alfonso Plummer, DeMonte Williams, RJ Melendez, Trent Frazier was still here. They
had a Puerto Rican kid too. Then they had Andre
Carbello, Jacob Granderson. Like bro, like he was not playing over none of them.
Well, he definitely wasn't going to play. He definitely wasn't going to play over Corbello because Corbello was like a 4-star out of Long Island, New York. It was cold as hell. I thought he'd actually be in the NBA by now. Anyways, but yeah, I think the Rockets win. I think the Rockets win tomorrow night. I think guys like Fred VanVleet, they're gonna be a little prideful. You know, I know Elmon Thompson got 17 last night. Mm-hmm. I need to see some more out of Jalen Green. I need Jalen Green to explode. I need Jabari. I need Jabari Smith to have a good game off the bench too.
I'm glad you brought that up about Jalen Green because you supposed to be the guy. This supposed to be your show. This supposed to be your team. And Alperen Sengun has came in and said, "No, bro, that's mine. I'm the best player on this team. He
is the best player on this team,
and he is the best player on that team." But like last night, Jalen, like that's when Ime Udoka, and I understand like he put the ball in his best player's hands. He got the shot he wanted. He just missed it, and this is part of my comment. This is part of my commentary issue with Reggie Miller because he hyped up Draymond Green like he did something special, like he blocked the shot or he got a steal. Like, no, bro, Sengun got to his spot. He got the shot he wanted. He just missed. Like, that's not good. That's not great defense. Like, Draymond Green wanted all the smoke, bro. He let Sengun get to his spot. Sengun still got to the spot. Great defense is Draymond Green is him getting is not letting Sengun get to his spot. Great defense is him meeting him at the top of the key and stealing the inbound pass or making him pick up his dribble before he gets to his spot.
Right.
He didn't do that. Like Sengun, he got a great look at the
better
shot.
Than Sengun been embarrassing Draymond.
Sengun he been any big.
Too little. I would love to see Alp versus Jokic series. I know Jokic will kill him, But I would just love to see it though, because it'd be cool as hell to see like two European centers, one young, kind of one in his prime, and Jokic, and I could see LP kind of being like a Jokic, like kind of translating into. I don't see him with the dribbling skills that Jokic kind of got, but I don't know. LP's very similar to Jokic. Very similar to Jokic. He just don't got that three, that soft touch three that Jokic got, but very similar to Jokic.
And if you're Jalen Green, like I actually like the name that we brought up earlier was Kevin Durant, right? So if you're Phoenix, KD, and you're shopping KD, ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You gotta get out of the situation that you created, Matt Ishbia. And if you're the Houston Rockets and you looking at an Ime Udoka, and if you're Houston, you could look at it like one or two ways, right? We like what we got. We just gonna keep adding to that. We ain't trading nobody, and we don't shit. We was the 2 seed. You can say like, hey, we was the 2 seed without Kevin Durant. Fuck, we need Kevin Durant for. We was the 2 seed without Kevin Durant. Or you can look at it, that's one way. The other way is, we like, while we're good, we were the 2 seed. We need that extra oomph to put us over, and if that means getting rid of some of the young cats, if that means getting rid of a Jalen Green and a
don't say Ahmed Thompson, Tyrese, we ain't getting rid of Ahmed Thompson. We ain't getting rid of Ahmed Thompson
and a Tyree Eason and a Reed Shepard who you just drafted. And some other picks.
Ooh, I'm not getting rid of Reed Shepard either.
So, hey, for Kevin Durant, yes, the hell you will.
You're probably right. But like, I get it. I get why they would shop them young cats like Tari Eason, Jalen Green, Reed Shepard. Because look, man, I got me a world champion in Fred VanVleet running the point for me right now. He's got a good 2-3 years left. I can bring in another veteran point guard to back him up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna bring, this is what my lineup is gonna be. It's gonna be Freddie V. It's gonna be Ahman Thompson. It's gonna be Dylan Brooks. It's gonna be KD. It's gonna be Alperu Şengün. And I'm having Jabari Smith come off the bench. You know what I'm saying? As a sixth man, I'm having whatever veterans come on.
Or if you want to go big, you put KD at the 3, Smith at the 4, and Şengün at the 5, and go from there.
Dylan Brooks come off the bench. Dylan Brooks is coming off the bench. Yeah,
but I can.
That's a championship team right there. That's a champion.
Whole time, I can 100% see the first iteration that you said. If that was to go down, like Freddie V. Or like what they do, like they do Freddie V, Brooks at the 2, KD at the 3, and Smith and Şengün, and have Thompson and have Thompson come off the bench. Unless you just feel that confident about Şengün, about Thompson's defense, where you can throw him at the 2 or the 3.
Because the thing about the Thompson twins is like, yeah, they may not have that 3 right now, but they gonna work on it and they gonna get it. But the thing is, what they got right now is just electricity, like electric ability. It's ridiculous how fast they are with the basketball.
Right now, Amen is better than Asur.
Right now, yeah. And I think it's because he plays on a little bit of a better team. I think right now, Amen's always been a little bit better. I think he's always been the better ball handler than Asur.
Yeah. Because if you're Asur and you're in Detroit, it's like my scoring is welcomed. I don't have to. Like any scoring I give them out, like any extra scoring I give the Detroit Pistons is great. But like when you got Cade and who's giving you 28, and you got a THJ who can get hot at the blink of an eye. Same thing with Malik Beasley and a Tobias Harris who's playing consequence-free basketball because no expectations. No, bro, like no expectations going into for Detroit this season. But they won 14 fucking games.
Bro, Tobias Harris blows me, bro. I'm telling you, man. Hey, he blows me, bro. He scored 20 in the first half, 0 in the second half.
0 in the second half.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, where is this production? Where was this production? He used to do the same shit in Philly though. right? Where he used to have good first halves and he suck in the second half. It's particularly like the fourth quarter. Like Tobias Harris would be terrible, man. But anyways, man,
So like Jalen Green is looking at, and back to him, like he can look at it in one or two in a couple ways too. Like he can look at it like you drafted me to be the guy. Damn it, keep having faith in me to be the guy. Like he can look at it that way. He can look at it like, okay, y'all want me gone? All right, I'm out. Which is the absolute wrong way to look at it. Or
I'd have been pissed. I'd have been pissed if when they drafted Reed Shepard. I'd be like, why you draft another guard for?
No, because it's like, and but you can't do that though, because it's like how, because if the coaching staff says you have no one to blame but yourself, you have no one to blame but you, right? Because if you take that leap like we're expecting you to do, this is null and void. We don't draft Reed Shepard in the capacity that we did.
I'm
watching it right now. Don't say nothing. They was up 7 with 40 seconds left.
Whoa!
They ain't got no timeouts either.
Whoa!
They have no timeouts.
Whoa!
Game. They have no. Wow. Well, I called the Pacers. Tyrese Halliburton went crazy. He went crazy.
Whoa! What? Bro, how do you let Tyrese Halliburton win on a layup? Doc, you need to be fired. I'm sorry. Get up out of town. I'm about to troll the shit out of Milwaukee Bucks fans tonight. Anyways, Timberwolves, Lakers. Bro, Anthony Edwards is playing that old. You want to know, fans? Look, this is what I want to tell y'all, new up-and-comers, youngsters, whatever. I'm a youngster too. But this is what I want to tell y'all. I watched enough 90s basketball to know when I was a young kid. This is what Jordan, this is what Pippen, this is what all them would have did. What Anthony Edwards is doing with LeBron. And you see it. You see what I got on the screen. Anthony Edwards is all in LeBron James. He's all in him. This is what those guys would have did to LeBron James back in the 90s.
The only
over a 7-game playoff series.
The only thing I don't like is like people have revisionist history to bad revisionist history. They like because like they see that, right? And they like no one would ever do Jordan like this. And it's just like Kobe used to terrorize Wizards Michael Jordan. But at the same time, it's Kobe fucking Bryant, bro. Like Kobe had that mentality about him to the point where his own team had to humble him. They put him in a game in a clutch situation, and he was airballing threes and shit. And the team and the coach and the team was like, "See, blood, you ain't as good as you think you are. You're gonna get there, but right now, sit down, shut the fuck up, and learn something." Right? So this right here, like this is what makes Anthony Edwards. I know he said he don't want to be the face of the league, but you're gonna be the face of the league, bro. Like you have no choice in the matter because you don't. And Charles Barkley brought this up. You don't get to say. You don't get to say I don't want to be the face. You want to know why? Because the people dictate. It's literally on some WWE shit. I'm so serious. The people decide who gets the push, who gets that marketability, right? So you just think about who's been the quote unquote faces of the league, right? Since its inception. Before it was ever a thing as the face of the league. You go from George Mikan to Wilt Chamberlain to Bill Russell to like you had Jerry West and Elgin Baylor. Then all of a sudden it slows down to 2 people.
Well, it slowed down for a little while. The NBA, ABA. Well, because before the merger, then it was like Dr. J. Right. And then it was kind of like there was like kind of like that little inkling of period where the NBA as a whole was struggling until Magic and Larry came.
That's what I was getting at. Like it went down. It came down to 2 people, and it was perfect because it was coastal royalty. You had Boston in the East, You had the Lakers in the West. They both had their best players respectively, and the only time they gonna meet each other when it really counts is that NBA Finals. And goddamn it, this is how we can decide who's the king. Like who's the king? Who's the
Mhm.
man? Like who's the man amongst boys? Yeah, yeah, woo, woo. Then all of a sudden, here comes this young dude named Michael Jordan, who everybody just gravitated to because they was like, "Hey, did, did y'all see? Did y'all see that shit? Like this dude jumping from the free throw line, and it's easy. He's jumping in the air and he's staying in the air while everybody else jumps and comes down, and he's still in the air. So he becomes the face of the league. He becomes the face of a whole brand and builds a brand from the ground up. So like now everybody's like, because the old guard is that they old. Brian old, Steph old, KD old. The league is like, it's almost like the league is panicking because it's like, hey, we gotta put this mantle on somebody. You don't want it, like people don't want it to be Jason Tatum for whatever reason, because
They
Jason
don't.
because like it's
They
just like
don't.
they view Jason Tatum as another Tim Duncan. Oh, he's boring. He don't make headlines. He play the game. He win, and that that's that. Like the only thing Jason Tatum missing from his catalog is an MVP, and that's crazy that he don't have one. Like he should have at
Hey,
least.
Jason Tatum is winning on all levels of life, and he bagged a bad R&B singer too.
Wow.
All
Like people are like Anthony Edwards is gonna be the face of league. Why? Because he he a YN in a very corporate setting, and he's not changing the fact that he a YN in a corporate setting.
hey, it's look. This face of the league really should probably be maybe John Morant in a way too,
And
but
he
the blicky
the,
blicks.
can't
This
do it.
captain, you
Can't
can't do it
do it.
because he's immature. He's too immature. Anthony Edwards is immature, but like immature in the right ways, not immature in like the wrong ways. Where it's like, who would I rather have my kid gravitate to, John Morant or Anthony Edwards?
Jason. And it's
JT,
like,
no, JT. He's the perfect family guy. He's family dude. You know this that and the third. Yeah, man. Anthony Edwards is all over the commercials. But I will say this though, Jason Tatum. I'm being funny as hell right now tonight. I'm sorry, y'all, but Jason Tatum got the best ruffles I've ever had out here, bro. Y'all got to try the hot barbecue Jason Tatum ruffles. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. His face is on them joints. What was the G Herbo say? I don't know what Jason Tatum did, but he did some shit and put something in them ruffles. Anyways, Anthony Edwards is all over TV right now. He's definitely marketable, and there's a reason why that. Check this out. There's a reason why my bad TJ, but there's a reason why I don't think a European player such as Wemby will ever be the face of this league.
mm-hmm.
Like a guy like Luka will never be the face of this league because they're just not marketable enough to the average American person that doesn't maybe not watches basketball or doesn't watch basketball or is just a casual fan. They're just not marketable enough to that fan base, in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
No, like it is what it is. So it's like you could. All right, so this is how you determine who the face of the league is, right? And Kobe kind of touched on it. So right, it's the Redeem team, right? It's the Redeem team. This is what's that 2008, right? They go to Beijing. Now, mind you, by 2008, I think LeBron had just won his first MVP, right? Yeah, I think LeBron had just won his first MVP. LeBron is on cloud 9 right now, but the face of the league, and I say that, and I say this till I'm gonna say this till my dying breath. Kobe Bryant was the best player in the league. It wasn't even close. Like I say from the minute Shaq left the Lakers to the year LeBron went to Miami, that stretch, Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, was the face of the NBA. He was the best player, and it wasn't close. They go to so mind you, '08 Olympics. They in Beijing, right? They in China. And
Mm-hmm.
again, LeBron, first MVP, Boston winning the chip, all that other good shit. They step off the plane, and what do they see? Kobe is everywhere. His posters, his jersey, everywhere. His shoes, everywhere. And Kobe was telling them, like, hey, this how you know you made it. This is it right here. Kobe was international by that point. That's how you know who the face of the league is. When you go to other countries and you see your shit everywhere. So as an American, like Wemby got France in his back pocket. Ain't no American gonna overtake France from Wemby. Just like ain't no American gonna take Serbia from Jokic. And
Right.
Forgive me if I say it the wrong country, right? That's like so Kobe went to Beijing where their biggest outport was Yao, and he was bigger than Yao, damn near. So Anthony Edwards has the opportunity to, I don't know where the Olympics are in 2032, because 2028 they here. 2028 they in LA. 2032, I don't know where they at. But if Anthony Edwards is on Team USA in 2032 and you see a bunch of Ant-Man shit everywhere, that's who the face of the league is. That's how you know who the face of the league is. And Anthony Edwards has a chance to say, hey, in a 2-year stretch, I eliminated Jokic, KD, and LeBron. And
Well,
Luka.
he's on the cusp. He's on the cusp of eliminating Luka and LeBron. I think what's going to happen here. This is the problem. This is the problem where Minnesota is going to get into right now. Don't let the Lakers win this game. You let the Lakers win this game, they go into Minnesota. LeBron is not going down without a fight. LeBron is not going to let Minnesota beat him in 6 games. And if they win, they got to shut out the Lakers in Game 5. Because if this goes to Game 6, the Lakers going to win Game 6 too. And then after that, it go to Game 7. I'm taking LeBron to win 3 games against. All you got to do is win 1 game, but it better be Game 5. Because if you don't win Game 5, Game 6, Game 7.
Can you imagine getting closed out? Can you imagine getting closed out on your home court?
At that point, LeBron got to retire.
I don't think that's going to happen. But can you imagine?
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But I'm just saying, like, damn, I got to wait another year to try and get my 5th ring. Damn, yo. Like, dang. I'm 42. They keep reminding me I'm 42. He with that chase down block. He's 42 years old. I can't believe this. Damn, y'all keep reminding me I'm 42. Damn, I'm going to be 43 next year, and I'm trying to get my 5th ring, Joe. I can't keep doing this shit. Yeah. I think Lakers. I got Lakers in 7.
Man, hey,
Lakers in 7.
We said all the jokes, like we said Puka Nakua, Luka, don't matter. T Wolves and 5. Like, hey, we said all the jokes. We said it all. We said it all. But bro, I think currently constructed, like you cannot, if you're the Lakers, you're not winning as currently constructed. You're not winning playing a center 9 minutes a game and then expecting great things. Like JJ Redick did, in my opinion, JJ Redick made his first rookie coaching mistake that in game 4 by not subbing those guys out. Like, you played them.
He played them the whole 3rd and 4th, whole second half.
You played them the whole second half,
and
then expected, and so like when you need shots to go down in the end, they legs gone, they legs shot, right?
Austin Reeves' leg was definitely shot on that last shot.
And you
I
can
mean, damn, son.
and you can
How
tell
wide open can you be, bro?
and you can tell when the shooter legs are shot because that lift ain't there no more. Like it ain't that. It's gone. So like to me, like that was his first rookie coaching mistake. Like I understand you like, hey, you can't go down 3-1. So I'm riding my horses and we gonna
That's
see
a,
what happens.
you know where he
But
learned that from. You know where he learned that from, and
okay,
I know he's with that too, and playing for Doc too for all them years. He learned
um,
that shit from Doc. Doc does that all the time. Doc
so
has
it's
run with
but,
his players for
but it's like
long periods of time.
so it's like the Lakers got two things. They got a big man issue and they got a depth issue. But if you JJ, you gotta look at it like this. Like, damn, bro, like that is Gabe Vincent over there who did go to a finals.
Who hasn't been playing well at all though.
I understand like he ain't been playing well, but at the same time, it's like I gotta get Reeves or Luca. I gotta get them some kind of breather. I don't care if it's for 3 minutes, bro. Give me something to allow those dudes to catch their breath so I can get them back out there.
It comes down to this. They don't have they never really. I was concerned with their bench. You can win a bunch of regular season games and look really good down the stretch of the season, but
Yep.
I was concerned with their bench over a 7-game series, especially in this series because you got guys like Nas Reed coming off that bench. I believe, I'm not mistaken, Dante DiVincenzo's
And
coming off the bench.
but here's the thing with that though, right? So you got a Nas Reed who in game 1 lit their ass up. Game
They don't
two,
have no size to deal with him either, him or
game,
Rudy.
and game 2, different story. Like Nas Reed ain't scored what he scored in game 1 that he did in game 2. But did Chris Finch be like, nah, I'm not finna play you? No, he played him, bro. Like, so it's like what game what day was that? Was that Sunday? That was Sunday, right? Yeah. So like, you go into that, right? 41. This is just the minutes, right? Rui 41, Brian 46, Luca 46, Reeves 35, DFS 41. Jackson Hayes played 4 minutes. Vanderbilt played 7. Who the fuck is Goodwin? And then some dude named Jordan Goodwin played 7. So you mean to tell me that 46 that Luca played, you couldn't take that down by 8 and let Vando play 15 minutes? Bro, like Vando, I understand, like we understand what Jared Vanderbilt is. You ain't asking Jared Vanderbilt to go out there and score 30. Bro, just give me something
Give
for
me
my
6
guy.
fouls.
Hey, give me 6, right? Give me 6 fouls.
Go ahead and play hard defense. Give me 6 fouls. Make it tough on. This is the thing, man. And they got length too. So you got Conley, who's a vet. Hey, Anthony Edwards is your superstar. Jay McDaniels. You know what I mean? You got Julius Randle, who's a big
Like
body. You know what I'm saying? Like
You got Shake Milton
coming off the bench. It's just
like
a
bro,
bad matchup.
like bro,
But
how many random games did we seen Shake Milton give motherfuckers 25?
But LeBron is LeBron. I know he's 42, but I'm still gonna trust LeBron to win Game 5 at least, and Game 6 anything goes. I mean, here, look, I won Game 5. Now, Luka, it's your turn to win Game 6. I need that 45, 50 pointer out of you, even if it's got to kill you. You know what I'm saying? You know, I got Lakers in 7. Sounds like you got T-Wolves in 6, 5.
Hey man, it's sort of like, hey, if I'm Anthony Edwards, hey, one suit. We packing one suit. Hey, I ain't gonna say one suit because motherfuckers don't wear suits to the game no more. We packing one outfit.
We getting ready. He said he got Minnesota in 5, and then the last 2 we got the Thunder. 2 sweeps happen. Pop the brooms out. We gotta send these guys. Where we sending the Grizzlies? Cancun. We sending them to Galveston. We sending them.
Hey, Chuck
Panama City.
Chuck said send they ass to Galveston.
Yeah, he said send their ass to Galveston. Where we sending the Miami Heat to? They can't go back to South Beach, so they got to go somewhere. Where we sending them to?
No, they can stay there right there. They played like they went out the night before. Just stay there, bro. Like no.
Hey, I got one question. Eric
Yeah.
Spoelstra. Is
It's
it
not
time
game-
for
No.
Is it
That's
time
what
for Pat Rowley to start looking?
no, for to get rid of Spo? No,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
no, that's not the right question. That's not the one that needs to be asked to
Are we
step down.
trading Tyler Hero? Is that what you was gonna say?
No, we need to look at a new GM.
Oh, Mickey Arison needs to get rid of
Pat
Pat
Riley,
Riley.
the Don,
Oh,
the Don. Hey, I understand he's the
oh,
Don. I'm not.
oh. Well,
Hey,
he actually president of basketball operations though.
whatever. Whoever the GM is, hey, like, no,
I think
Pat
he's a
Riley.
GM and president. He think he's
Yeah,
both.
he's
He's
both.
both.
He's both.
He's both.
So, hey, Pat,
He
you got
needs
to
to
pick
relieve
one.
them duties.
You got to
Relieve them
pick.
GM duties.
You got to pick one.
Yeah, you got to pick one. Okay, you got to be president of basketball operations. Step back and get you a young GM. Hey, I'm sick of them. I'm sick every fucking year. Why? Why? Every year we see Alonzo Mourning next to Pat Riley. Every year they're in the playoffs. It doesn't change. They're always next to. I see Alonzo Mourning like they're like a big bodyguard, like next to Pat Riley and stuff like that. What the hell is Alonzo Mourning's role on the team now?
I have to look that up. I no, no, because
He's there. He's
no,
been. It's been like 10 years. They do the same thing every playoffs, bro.
because I
Like,
think
even when
no,
the Heat
I
was
think
in the
it,
finals.
I think he has like an actual role. I don't think it's like something that they create just to have him like affiliated with like like what the Bucks did for Bruce Arians. They just made some shit up and
Right,
hired him.
right.
Like I don't see, I
This
don't
was gonna
see
hire you, Bruce. Just come on, We're gonna give you that pension, plus we're gonna give you the salary,
he.
six
Oh,
figure
okay,
salary.
so yeah, he has an official position. Alonzo Mourning, he's the VP of player programs and player development.
Well, he ain't doing a
So
damn good job at developing them motherfuckers because they suck. I'm
so so
sorry.
like so like no like I think the problem that they have is this is a serious case of not keeping up with, like, this is like the wrong case of keeping up with the times. You have to match the era that you're in, and a lot of players don't like that heat culture shit. Like, bro, you not like these dudes are young. Like, you're expecting them to go balls to the wall in practice, and then when it's time to play a game, do that
I'm
again. So it's like no, like, there's a reason why some of the young dudes, while they're young, they like 23, 24, undrafted free agents. Because like they got those young desperate dudes who need a spot in the league, and it's like, this is how I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play hard. I'm a like Hayward Highsmith. Like, bro, that was perfect for him because it's like, I'm undrafted. I ain't got shit to lose. I'm gonna just go crazy here, and then I
I'm
have a
a
niche. I have a niche. I'm about so like when you're Pat Riley, right? When you're Pat Riley, and because Miami used to be it used to be a free agent hotspot, bro. Like, you in Miami year round. Well, you I ain't gonna say year round. You in Miami for 41 games. You got no state taxes. And it's fucking Miami, like, bro, like, you in your crib, or you in your condo, or whatever, and you look outside. What do you see? Beautiful blue water, beautiful women, club. Like, hey, the nightlife is fucking special. Like, you could probably, I bet money Wednesday night in Miami is fucking lit, even though it's a Wednesday night and you got to work the next day.
man. It's got to be hard playing in Miami. I'm just
So
saying,
like,
it's got to be real hard playing in
so
Miami.
like when,
All
so
the
like,
chicks, all the chicks from out of town is coming, strolling down South Beach.
so like,
The
if
weather
you're,
all year round
so
is
like, this is
nice.
and this is the uncomfortable conversation, right? Like, Dallas kind of had this with Tom Landry. Like, the owner of the team didn't want to sell the team unless somebody would come in and fire Tom Landry. Which Jerry Jones was like, bro, you will sell me this team, and all I gotta do is fire Tom. Where do I sign? Take your money and, like, here, take the money, and I'll fire Tom Landry my first day in. Mickey Arison doesn't want to have that conversation with Pat Riley. I kind of think Mickey Arison wants Pat Riley to step down on his own volition, and Pat Riley's not going to do that.
Nope.
So when you're Pat, so like if you're Mickey Arison, and if you're Heat fans in general, you gotta look at it like this, bro. You could have got Dame, you didn't get him. You could have got KD, you didn't get him. You could have got Bradley Beal, you didn't get him. You could have got James Harden, you didn't get him. You ran Jimmy Butler out, you ran LeBron James out. He came back, but you effectively ran Dwayne Wade out, even though he did come back. So if you're Pat Riley, and if you're outsider looking in, if you're a Heat fan and you see all that, you have to make the uncomfortable decision. Pat got to go because in the last 5 years or so, the draft picks that I've hit that you can count on are who? Tyler Hero and Bam. Jovic hasn't stepped up when he plays. You look like you got a hit in Kel Ware. I like him. So he should be starting next season. You move Bam to the 4, which is probably Bam's natural spot any fucking way. And then after that, I don't know where you're gonna land in the draft this year, because I said this comparison in the group chat. Y'all the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NBA. Y'all are good enough to get to the playoffs, but you ain't good enough to win a damn thing.
Good enough to beat the Bulls 3 years in a row in the play-in.
Which ain't saying shit. So like,
ain't saying nothing.
So it's like, yeah, y'all look at it like, oh well, we won the East in 2020 and in 2022, whatever. Y'all had no chance in hell in beating the Lakers in the finals or the Nuggets. Y'all were not the Nuggets. Y'all were not winning either of those series.
Hey, I'm picking up the phone. I'm gonna throw a name out there. I sent them your highlights maybe a couple weeks ago. I'm picking up the phone and say, hey, Kendrick Nunn, what you want, bro? How much money you want?
And if I'm him, no. If I'm him, I'm not coming back. Fuck y'all. Y'all had me.
Yeah, because y'all traded me. You're right. Y'all traded me, bro. Like, y'all traded me. I was averaging, bro. I was literally getting better every season as a Miami Heat, and y'all traded me.
Y'all traded me, bro.
Y'all traded me, bro. I went from 14 to 15 to 16 points a game. I'm pretty sure by his third or fourth year, he would have been averaging 20 something. Like, bro, if we see what he doing over EuroLeague MVP, bro, like he a dude that, man, he could be on a lot of NBA teams, but I look at like Miami, they need something like that because look, Tyler Hero, I love Tyler Hero, but he needs another, like Jimmy was that guy. Jimmy's no longer there. You're gonna need somebody else to come in and kind of, you know what I'm saying, like be that next wing guy that can take it to. I mean, what happened to Jaime Jaquez? He was on the bench. He didn't even play in the playoffs. Out the rotation. I mean, what the hell happened there, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with that team? You know what I mean? And then when it comes to the Grizzlies, we already kind of know. I mean, Ja got hurt. You know, they had no fucking chance. They had no chance in hell beating OKC. I mean, that last game was close. I will say this. This is the only positive I'll take away from Memphis. Scottie Pippen Jr. earned himself a bag after this season. Earned himself a bag after this season.
Hey, you gotta look at it like if you're Memphis, that's a can of worms, because like you gotta look at like, so Memphis and Denver, you both fired your coach with about 5 or 6 games left. Memphis went from top 3 seed in the West to effectively play in, but that's just how nip and tuck the whole Western Conference was. Like that last month or so of the season, you got this guy in here now who, where the fuck he from? Finland?
Nikola Jovic?
No, the interim in Memphis. Where he from? Finland? Like he from over there. He from Europe too. I don't think there's a language barrier happening. But that being said, you got some decision making to come to terms with in Memphis. Jaren Jackson is overrated in my opinion. Like, dude can't play defense without fucking fouling somebody. You got Ja still Ja, right? And he took a nasty ass fall in game 3. You was up 30 in that fucking game. And Saturday,
bro, that game killed me.
Hey,
That
bro,
game killed me.
and Saturday, and Saturday, I'm at my cousin's house. I'm helping him move apartments, and his stepson is he was making he was like kind of like he young, like he finna be a senior in high school this fall. He making excuses. I'm like, nah, bro. Like with even without Ja, if you up 30, you you should have faith in the other guys to be like to stave off any type of run, bro. Because you up 30, right? You still got Scottie Pippen Jr. You still got Jaren Jackson. You still got Triple J. You got Conchar, who's turned into a nice piece for them, nice stretch, a nice stretch big for them. And you still got Desmond Bain. Like you got enough to hold off any type of run that the Thunder went on, and you let them crawl. They crawled their way back in, and they won. They stole that game, and like that's when you're like, yeah, this shit over with. Like, because if you can't win the game up 30, shit over with, cooked. And then and then you get the word that Ja not playing, wasn't playing in game 4. Shit over with. Yeah, that was Memphis saying, yeah, this shit over with, bro. Ain't no need you going out there making this injury worse than what it is. We just gonna gear up for next season. We just gonna we finna hit the head coaching market, and we finna try this shit again.
Yeah, but I mean, and Mike Malone to be perfect for the Grizzlies. They got some good pieces, man. I think you got Santi Aldama. I mean, obviously, if we'll see what Scottie Pippen.
Oh, him too. I done forgot.
Santi Aldama.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really impressed by the way Zach Edey translated. Nobody thought he would translate like that from college to the NBA, being able to get up and down the court. He did an excellent job.
Here's the thing with him. He's still 7-4.
Yeah, he's good block shots. I mean, he's still block shots. And I was impressed this year the way he can get up and down the floor at the NBA level. So he's going to carve out a nice career in the NBA. I think they need a real.
Healthy. He stay healthy. He take care of himself. And
that last game really pissed me off, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That last game really pissed me off with their interim coach. You got 3 fouls there. I mean, you had the offensive foul that you should have challenged 3 calls essentially, and two of them got called on Scottie Pippen Jr. And that's really the reason why he fouled out. Like the offensive foul call, like yeah, maybe he was leaning, but we got to call a challenge. What you gonna just hold your challenges in your back pocket, my boy? Like what are you doing out here? This is the last game of the season. I'm not holding no challenges. I'm challenging fouls that are very suspect out here. Like, especially, like, dude, the offensive foul call, the blocking call that they called on Scottie Pippen Jr. when SGA clearly pushed him off, and we're gonna call a blocking foul on Scottie Pippen Jr. And SGA clearly that was an offensive foul. You're not going to challenge that. You're not going to challenge that call. So I was like, man, Memphis need a real coach. I mean, because if that was, because we were even all surprised when Taylor Jenkins got fired. When he got fired, we were surprised too.
That one didn't make sense to us because we're like, what the hell?
What are they doing? Because they've been playing well all season. I mean, they know they had a little slide. They were like 5-5 in their last 10, and then you fired Taylor Jenkins. It's like, why would you fire Taylor Jenkins? Because Taylor Jenkins in that moment, in those foul calls, and with those calls, Taylor Jenkins would have got all up in the ref's face. He would have probably got a T, and he would have challenged the call. He would have been pissed off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing out here? We're gonna, let guys that are European. I mean, nothing against Europeans, but we're gonna let dudes like, because I mean, the dude from the Raptors is crazy. But no, for real, like that motherfucker. I don't want to be in it. That dude is crazy. He'll get down on your ass. But like Taylor Jenkins, bro, he will get in your ass. Like this dude he's send his ass back somewhere to be an assistant coach somewhere else. He don't need to be a head coach. Why would you fire Taylor Jenkins and promote him to interim coach? Well, he doesn't have the guts to get in the ref's face to get a T to even challenge the call. So the Grizzlies need a guy like a Mike Malone. They need somebody that's tough.
That's a story to keep an eye out on this summer because I don't even think all the details on that is out because like that's a story, like that's something that Memphis can't really touch on a lot because, like, yeah, they fired him when they fired him, but you still got to finish out the season and you still got to make a push for the playoffs. So it's like we can't really answer that right now. You get what I'm saying? Like we can't really answer those questions right now. That's definitely some shit. Like you can answer that shit now because your season over with, motherfuckers.
Right.
So I think when they have they season ending stuff, like because every team got to do it, they haven't had it yet. When they do that, that's going to that should be, if you're a reporter, that should be your first fucking question. Why did Taylor Jenkins get fired? And who's going to take over that mantle? Like, is the interim, like, is that interim tag gonna be removed? Or are you looking like hit their ass, bro? Like you and don't ask them that like that, because that's basically three questions in one, and they just gonna ignore the why did Taylor Jenkins get fired. They're just gonna be like, yo, we're gonna do our due diligence. They're gonna give you a bunch of coach speak, a bunch of office speak in terms of coaching and shit. Like, no, somebody in that press, you gotta ask them, why did Taylor Jenkins get fired? Why did
Mike Malone get fired? Yeah, right? Them is definitely questions that need to be answered at the end of the season when they get they boarding passes to go to Cancun or Bora Bora or wherever they got to go. Anyways, I got to go talk, TJ. This is the part of the show, everybody, if y'all don't watch the show, is where we take two players, kind of unsung players, kind of guys that's in the backgrounds, back shadows, and we compare them. But this is the NBA playoff edition. I'm going unsung heroes, and I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this first one, unsung heroes, and let's see if TJ will get it. I don't think, TJ, you're going to get the first guy, but I think you'll get the second guy for sure. So the first dude, he was a NBA All-Star. Both of these guys played in the 80s too, by the way. So this is why it's going to be a little difficult because we didn't grow up in the 80s. So
I wasn't even thought of in the 80s.
So both of these guys was played in the 80s, played prominent roles for their teams in the 80s. This guy was a first-round pick, 13th overall in 1982 out of Georgetown. He played for the Nets, Warriors, Rockets, Spurs, and the Nets again to end his career. He was an NBA All-Star in 1987, and in college he was a two-time All-American, two-time All-Big East. During the Big
Georgetown, give me them teams again.
Nets, Warriors, Rockets, Spurs, all in that order.
Nets,
and okay, so since this is the playoff edition, he is known for scoring 51 points as a Warrior against the Lakers in Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals or semifinals. Need I say?
See, Georgetown, like when you think Georgetown, you think bigs, bro. And
29 points in the fourth quarter in that game in the Western Conference semis. Game 4, 1987 Western Conference semis versus the Lakers. 29 points in the fourth quarter, 51 points for this guy in that game. He was an unsung hero. He was a monster that year. He was an all-star that year for the Warriors.
51 in the God, 29 in
29. He had 10 assists and 4 steals.
So like when you think Georgetown, especially in that era, you thinking bigs, bro. You thinking
Patrick Ewing,
Mutombo, and Morning, like bro, like you thinking. You said Nets, Warriors, Rockets, Nets again.
Yeah, Nets to end his career. And he was really particularly good with Golden State. His career high was 21 points a game.
What year was that? The 51.
That was 1987, his All-Star year. So he gets talked about a lot in a way. Like they bring him up from time to time on TNT. Like Kenny Smith brings him up because he played with him in Houston.
It ain't Vernon Mac. No, it ain't Mad Max, is it?
No, it ain't Mad Max. All right, so I forgot where Mad Max played too.
Kenny played with him in Houston.
when I say the name, you're gonna be like, oh, I know who that is, like right
Cool.
off bat. Sleepy Floyd.
Oh wow.
Eric Sleepy Floyd is
Yeah.
the first guy on the slate in GOAT Talk. And then the next player, I think you did this player already a long time ago, but I'm gonna bring
Long.
him up because no, I'm gonna bring him up. He was a 1979 first round draft pick, seventh overall out of Baylor to the Supersonics. Played for the Supersonics, the Pistons, the Spurs. Two-time NBA champion. Was known for coming off the bench and scoring 16 straight points in the fourth quarter in Game 5 of the NBA Finals against the Portland Trail Blazers.
You say I've done this player in the past.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you have. Yo, I can't believe you ain't got it yet. I can't believe you ain't got it yet. I can't believe you ain't got it
Okay.
yet.
Hey. Okay.
Because you gotta think who. Okay, Pistons. Who was on them Pistons teams?
What's his name? You had Vernon Johnson. You had
No, not Vernon Johnson. You talking about Benny Johnson?
Benny Johnson. Benny. Yeah, you had him. Damn, shot them motherfucker over the backboard. Good God. Uh, was it same era though, right?
Same era, same era. And like I said, he came off the bench. Came off the bench and was heating shit up in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. Had 16 points in the fourth quarter. 16 straight points in the fourth quarter in Game 5 of the NBA Finals, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it has to be Vinny Johnson. Then
It is Vinny Johnson. It is Vinny Johnson. It is Vinny Johnson. It is Vinny Johnson.
Okay.
So Vinny Johnson, we got Eric Floyd, we got Sleepy Floyd versus Vinny Johnson. And so their careers, very similar averages. Points per game for Sleepy Floyd, 12.8 points per game, 5.4 assists a game, 1.2 steals a game. Vinny Johnson, 12 points per game, 3.3 assists per game, and 3 rebounds per game. But he was also an NBA champion. He didn't win an All-Star. He didn't make an All-Star team, but he was one of the best bench players to ever come off in the bench in the 80s.
All right, so I think I'm gonna go with Sleepy Floyd, and I know that Vinny got the he got the 2 rings. His number is retired, but Sleepy Floyd can say like, "Hey, for one season, I was one of the best among the best."
Right.
So, and Sleepy Floyd, like a lot of NBA players, literally missed the boat on championship teams by a little bit. Literally. So like 92, 93, he's in Houston. 93, 94, he in San Antonio. And what happens? Houston wins the championship.
Right. His last 2 years is in San Antonio and New Jersey.
And then 94, 95, he in San Antonio, he in New Jersey. And then what happens again? Houston repeats. So it's like, damn, bro, like you literally just missed the boat.
Right.
On the championship team. Vinny Johnson was in the right situation literally at the right time, because he goes Seattle. He spends 3 years in Seattle, and then he goes to Detroit. Now he doesn't win anything until his last 3 years in Detroit, where he goes to that 80, so 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 90, 91. That Pistons team, they went through hell. They planned to at least late May, early June.
Right.
So like those Pistons teams, they're at least going to a conference final or the finals.
Right.
So Sleepy Floyd, I think Sleepy Floyd spent more time as a starter.
Yeah, he did. He did early on in his career in Golden State. He was
then Vinny Johnson. So basically what this is like you got 2 players who are basically the same, Like two dudes that can just at the drop of a hat just get hot and ain't shit you can do about it, but hope to pray they cool off at
Mm-hmm.
some point. I and I think what will flip people to Vinny Johnson is that repeat ring against Portland, right? They swept, mind you, they beat Portland in 5 because they split in Detroit, and then the next 3 games are in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Game 5 in Portland, Vinny Johnson hits the shot that closed, like he hits the shot that seals the deal.
Yup.
He hits the shot that secures them ring number 2. So that's probably what would flip people the Vinny Johnson way. But I gotta go with Sleepy Floyd, and it's close. It's close. It's
It's
real close.
super. It's super. It's real close, man. It's real close. I think Sleepy Floyd, just like early on in his career, was just the more, it was just the better like player, all around player, defensively, offensively, as opposed to Vinny Johnson carved out his role off the bench, kind of getting hot with a second unit, and I think kind of
And
making his way on that.
and
And
that's
there's
kind
nothing wrong with
of
that.
right, and that's kind of like how that's kind of like what the young dudes got to take a note on. Like, so a perfect example in the future GOAT talk when he officially retires, like Patrick Beverly is going to be like the perfect GOAT talk person because you look at a Patrick Beverly in high school average 37,
Mm-hmm.
goes to college averages 20 some a game in college, and then
He was the SEC freshman of the
comes
year.
comes into the league and has to say like, damn, I'm not gonna be that 20-point a game scorer that I was in college. I have to find a new niche. Patrick Beverly was able to play over a decade in the NBA, literally just saying I can play defense and give you 10 points.
I think Pat Bev at Arkansas, um, if he would have had a bit of a March Madness run, I think he would have been a first round pick because he was SEC freshman year, like right off the bat. Like he was a scorer. Like I remember his freshman year at Arkansas, man, he was dunking on dudes. He looked like he just came, like he like it was nothing. Like he came from Marshall, he was still scoring in the SEC. Little string body, you know what I mean? Like skinny, had everything. And then he kind of, I think what happened, I think it was injuries or he got in trouble or something like that.
I
His
think
second
he
season.
I think he got it because I think he declared.
Yeah, because then he declared, and then he came out, and then he had to kind of go down. He got drafted by the Heat, then he had to go. But if he would have had like a little bit of a March Madness run, where scouts got to see him against like all the in March Madness, guys get elevated, he would have definitely been a first round pick in my opinion. But he still carved out. I mean, that whole shit with him and Brandon Jennings. I mean, I
No,
don't even want to talk about that dumb shit. That shit.
that's some shit I need to see happen. Like I want to say, hey, because
Brandon Jennings do too much talking, man.
Pat Bev say put the money up, G.
Put the money up, man. Brandon Jennings do too much talking, man. And on that note, man, we're gonna watch the rest. We're gonna watch basketball for the rest of the night, man. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast here at Prime Sports World. This has been the crossover presented by Prime Sports World. Catch us on all streaming platforms all over the world, and catch us on the Huddle Sports Network as well. And then tomorrow, Dave is bringing a late night draft recap. I might be asleep by then, but
I'll be at work.
we'll see if him and Christian or just him. I'll try to be on there with him. But anyways, you guys don't want to miss that hot content. I'm Israel Rivera. That's TJ Hopkins here. And man, in case I miss you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't do this again when the second round gets
Exactly. So yeah. So once all the teams are done with their series, we're gonna come back and do a preview of the second round. Then we also gonna do a preview of what the teams that got eliminated, what they need to be. We did a little bit of that today, but we'll go more into depth on it on the next episode. So that'll be that. But anyways, peace out, y'all. I'll see you. TJ, get ready for that late night shift, man.
man.
Peace out, y'all.